Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the A to Z English podcast. I'm John, your guide through today's episode, and we're diving deeper into perfecting your specialized English skills. Last time, we explored real-life applications of specialized English and how to adapt it for different settings. Today, we're focusing on how consistent practice can transform your knowledge into true confidence.
Hi everyone, Sarah here. And as John said, today is all about practice. We've talked a lot about learning specialized vocabulary, and now it's time to shift our focus toward how you can keep improving through daily, consistent practice. Whether you're an engineer, a marketer, a healthcare professional, or any other kind of specialist, perfecting your language skills is key to communicating effectively in your field.
Exactly, Sarah. You may have all the knowledge, but how do you make sure it's ready when you need it? The answer is through targeted, practical exercises that turn passive knowledge into active language skills. We'll discuss various strategies today, from everyday conversations to professional rehearsals, all designed to help you gain fluency in the specialized English of your field. 1. Practice in professional scenarios. Let's begin by talking about the professional settings where your specialized English skills will shine the most: meetings, presentations, and email communication.
Right, John. In professional environments, you don't just need to know the terms. You need to be able to communicate them clearly and confidently. One powerful way to practice is by simulating real-life professional scenarios. For example, if you have a big meeting or presentation coming up, practice explaining the key points to a colleague or even to yourself.
And when you practice, focus on how you use specialized terminology. For instance, if you're presenting a new product to a group of engineers, you can comfortably use technical jargon like system architecture or data integrity. But when explaining the same product to non-technical stakeholders, you need to adapt, saying something like, "Our system is designed to handle more data securely and efficiently." Practicing both types of explanations will prepare you for a range of audiences.
You can also practice writing. Draft mock emails where you need to explain a technical concept or business proposal. Pay attention to your tone, clarity, and the way you introduce specialized terms. Reading it aloud afterward helps ensure it sounds natural and professional.
Another important aspect is feedback. Practicing without feedback can lead to missed opportunities for improvement. Share your practice presentations or emails with colleagues, mentors, or language partners, and ask for specific feedback on your language use. 2. Using specialized English in casual conversations. Now, let's switch to more informal situations. How can you use specialized English in everyday conversations?
This is a great way to build fluency, John. Even when you're not in a professional setting, you can still practice. Think of how often we talk about work with friends or family. These conversations are golden opportunities to practice simplifying complex terms.
That's right. For example, instead of saying, "Our current challenge is related to process optimization," you could say, "We're trying to make our work more efficient." It's all about finding ways to make specialized terms relatable and understandable, even for people outside your field.
And casual conversations are also great for improving your comfort level with the language. Since the stakes are lower, you can experiment more freely with how you explain things. The more you do this, the more natural it will feel to talk about your work.
Another benefit is that explaining your field in simple terms helps reinforce your understanding of the concepts themselves. You're forced to break down complex ideas, which strengthens your overall grasp of the subject. 3. Practicing in digital spaces and media. Another powerful way to practice specialized English is by engaging with digital content and media in your field.
Absolutely, John. Today's technology gives us endless opportunities to practice. One great strategy is to listen to podcasts, watch webinars, or follow industry-specific YouTube channels. Pay attention to the vocabulary the experts are using and how they explain things. Then try summarizing what you heard in your own words.
You can also take it a step further by joining online forums, LinkedIn discussions, or social media groups related to your industry. This is a fantastic way to see how professionals talk about current trends or challenges in your field. Engaging in these conversations will give you real-world practice in using specialized language.
And don't forget about writing. Write blog posts, comments, or even short social media updates about topics in your industry. The more you write about what you know, the better you'll become at communicating your ideas clearly and effectively.
The key is consistency. Even if you only spend 10 minutes a day engaging with industry content, it's that regular exposure and practice that will help solidify your skills over time. 4. Targeted practice and role-playing. Our next strategy is focused on more targeted, deliberate practice, such as role-playing real-world scenarios that are relevant to your field.
That's right. Role-playing is an incredibly effective way to simulate the situations where you'll need to use specialized English. Whether it's a job interview, a sales pitch, or a project discussion, you can practice these situations with a partner or even by yourself.
Let's say you're preparing for a job interview. You can practice answering common interview questions in a way that highlights your knowledge of specialized terms. If you're in the medical field, for example, you might prepare to explain how you diagnose patients or use medical equipment in a clear and professional manner.
And if you don't have a partner to practice with, you can always record yourself. Video or audio recordings are great for self-assessment. Play back your practice session and listen to how you're using specialized terms. Are you overusing jargon? Are your explanations clear and concise? This kind of feedback is invaluable.
And don't just focus on formal scenarios. You can also role-play more casual situations, like explaining your work to a friend or networking at an industry event. These are great opportunities to practice switching between formal and informal language, depending on the context. 5. Building confidence through repetition. Finally, let's talk about building confidence. Repetition is the key to mastering any language skill, and specialized English is no different.
That's right, John. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in your ability to use specialized English naturally. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every time you try, you're improving your skills.
A great way to build confidence is to set specific, achievable goals. For example, if you want to improve your professional writing, commit to writing 1 email a day using specialized terms. If you want to improve your speaking skills, try explaining 1 technical concept to a colleague or friend every day.
And be patient with yourself. Mastering specialized English is a long-term process, but with consistent practice, you'll notice significant improvements. Over time, using industry-specific vocabulary will become second nature to you.
Conclusion. That wraps up today's episode. We've explored several strategies to help you perfect your specialized English skills through consistent practice. Whether in professional settings, casual conversations, or digital spaces.
Remember, the key is practice, and there's no substitute for putting in the time and effort. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll become in your specialized English.
Thanks for joining us today on the A to Z English podcast. We hope you found these tips useful, and we encourage you to apply them in your daily practice. Until next time, keep pushing your language skills forward, and as always, stay confident.